Welcome back, everybody. I've got a restoration project going on my bench, so I'm in a different location. It might be a little noisier, a little more echo in the background, but yeah, I think you'll love this project that I got going on if you like shotguns particularly. I wanted to get this video out quickly though, so because I've already done one video on the Beretta 81s that are out there. This is the one I've already done a video on. This is a Beretta 81, and some news about magazines becoming more available for these, a little more available. This one I put wood grips on, and I haven't decided if I'm going to stay because the black plastics really go well with these little guns. But I found out, and I didn't realize it until later, that they also had these 81BBs. They're slightly different than the 81s, and so I took a chance again and ordered one of these and wanted to show you what I got, along with the magazines, the surplus magazines that are in. Now, let me tell you a little trick about when ordering these. If you're concerned about the magazines, if you order one of these while they're in stock now, I believe Classic Firearms is the ones that is doing this promotion. You can order one of these. It comes with one magazine. You get one surplus magazine with them. You have the option of adding a second magazine on if you wish to. So that gives you two magazines. And then they also let you order two magazines. That's your limit on ordering magazines. So you can actually get a total of 4 magazines with the firearm now if you select the option for ordering an extra magazine with the firearm and the 2 magazines. And a lot of people are complaining about the price of the magazines, but they're, I can't recall now, they're in the $35 price range, I believe, somewhere in that area. But when you consider that you can order, and I got one right here, Beretta is slowly getting these in, but they sell out very quickly, but I got my hands on one. But these are about $45 with some shipping, and you end up paying $50 for a factory magazine. Now the surplus magazines differ in the fact that they are glossy blue. The factory magazine is more of a parkerized type finish on it. It's still all steel, steel base, or it's an alloy base plate rather, much the same as the originals here. Marked the same about as the originals, the caliber 7.65 millimeter or 32 auto, which is of course what these firearms are marked as. Also, actually the earlier ones do not have the caliber markings on them except for the caliber 7.65 on the roll mark, whereas the 31BB has it actually marked on the barrel as well. A few roll mark differences on the BB version. Dimensionally, I believe they are a little bit thicker in spots, if I understand what people are saying about them. I haven't physically done any measurements on them yet, but it does look just a hair thicker. There are a few other differences in the BB model, and I would have ordered this one in rather than the 81. I'd have got the 81BB because of it's more like Beretta 92, which is what I have here. The slide serrations are extended. Let me get this one out here too. They're extended just slightly. The sights, these are been safety checked. I just got this in, so the sights on it are a post and dot sight rather than just the black sights that are on the 81. Essentially everything else, the controls and everything else are essentially the same. Just a little bit of heavier duty build. The internals are slightly different. We have a firing pins block in here, I believe, what makes it feel much different, but it all operates much the same. It feels different in the manner of the when the safety is applied, how the trigger reacts with no resistance whatsoever, and with the safety on this one, you hit the resistance there. So anyway, to move on, the condition that this one came in, we'll hit that real quick. Again, I ordered it with the hand pick on it. I'm too leery to just take chances on getting a poor one. At least I get the best of 10 in the hand pick version of these. And this one came out, it's almost as good a condition as the first one I received. I was really impressed with the condition I received on this one, and pretty impressed with this one. It has a couple of scratch marks, and if you watch their video you can see how they come in packed in next to each other. You're bound to have some banging scratches on them. This one has a couple of little nicks that came in with it, but all in all, very well cared for, and more likely shot not that much, I would say. The condition of the gun, other than that, is extremely good, but it came in very dry. There is some discoloration on the inside of the slide. It's not rust, it's a white discoloration, like some sort of it maybe even be sweat marks, I don't know, but there's absolutely no oil in this gun at all. It's completely dry. So other than that though, no rust at all. Very pleased with the condition of it, so I would get my hands on these and use the magazine option to get these. Now the condition of the magazines are surplus. I've got two of them that have one of them has some very minor rust speckling, but the one of them here came out, I don't know if you can see that in the video, but extremely rust speckled. I haven't tried cleaning it yet, but I've had this sort of condition before, and virtually all of that with a little bit of 4-aught steel wool and some lubricating oil, it will rub right off, or maybe even some hoppies or something like that. Pretty dirty magazine. The rest of them, this one is the second best. It's just barely got any rust speckling, and it's quite clean, as you can see. And the other two look exceptionally clean. In fact, they look virtually unused. And the one that came with the gun, just a slight amount of wear on it, but again, exceptionally clean. Not like this one, which is exceptionally dirty and obviously been carried and used a lot. So we'll see how that comes out, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. So I still think it's a good price at the $35 or so for these magazines compared to. Now I'm probably going to put wood grips on. I love wood grips and steel guns. These are exceptionally nice dark grips from Beretta. But I have a complaint on these. I can't believe Beretta does this on their grips. The 92 was the same way. These were factory grips. The emblems pop out of these things like extremely frequently. So these have been replaced. Popped one out firing it, lost it, never found it. So I took both emblems out and roughed them up and used some epoxy to put them back into place. This one, of course, has just the etched logo on it. Find it very pleasing, but I found the grips a little bit light colored for my taste on this black gun, so we'll see about that. But these are exceptionally dark and I want to keep them, and these emblems are obviously not going to hang on, so I keep a supply of these on hand in actuality, because I don't know why they can't put their emblems in right. I can actually hook my fingernail underneath this emblem and I could probably pop it out very easily right now. It's so crooked and so poorly done. It's unbelievable Beretta does that with their firearms. It's just ridiculous. So that's also on my project list, is to just simply pop these out. I rough the back of them up, put some epoxy in there and seat it down in, so the epoxy just starts to come out and locks it into place. And these are never going to come out again. You'll have to destroy the grips to get those out. When one popped out, the other one I knew was on its way, so I just drilled a small hole in it, put a hook in there, and finished popping it out. Not through the grip, but just through the emblem, in order to secure those into place. That's really the only complaint about it. I have them. They're beautiful walnut, but they use an exceptionally plastic-ish looking finish on their grips. These old 92 grips I've had for 10-15 years look much better in the finish. It's like gloss. So, and then these, of course, are just a nice matte finish on walnut grips. No complaint about the grips. These Beretta grips are exceptionally thin compared to the plastic grips, and I like that a lot. I have shorter fingers, meaty hands, but shorter fingers, and I like a little bit thinner grip on these guns. These guns are almost too big, even though they're 32 auto for me. So there we go. I just wanted to give you a quick look at the spare magazines, complain a little bit about the Beretta grips, and say get you one of these Berettas for the $200 price range. These are about $20 more for the BB model, but go ahead and snag one up while they're still available. They are surplus. They will disappear. And a fine condition and excellent Beretta firearm for, well, around $200. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with some fantastic shotguns.